7 plays, 59 yards in 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Connor Weiser gets into the end zone after Rosenbrock scored the first 3 touchdowns. The Beat Diggers now lead 27-8 as the 2-point conversion was good. And Brush receives the second half kickoff. I mean, Dave, you and I were just saying off air that after that 66-yard run by Adam Hange and the 2-point conversion with Platte Valley grabbing that early 8-0 lead, that this was going to be a battle. But this has been completely one-sided since that play.
You know, Brush has just figured out where to attack, and they're just getting after him and running the ball hard. Rosenbrock's having a whale of a night, 130 yards on 9 carries, and most of that's been running straight ahead. A lot of times you see our halfbacks doing the job with quick pitches, but he's running dives right up the gut.
And that is squibbed, and that ball is still rolling, and it's picked up at the 17-yard line, straight ahead to the 25, across the 25 to the 28-yard line for Platte Valley is Cameron Maxey, the freshman. And Jake Morrow was in on the tackle, along with Carlos Carrillo, the junior. Platte Valley has all 3 timeouts, 2:20 to go in the second quarter. And the Beat Diggers leading 27-8 with 2:20 to go.
So Brush has stayed in that 5-2 from all night, but like we mentioned earlier, with Platte Valley spreading things out, it's more of a forefront look, and I think that's causing the Diggers a little bit of trouble with their run game.
Trips to the right. Hange is going to hand it off on the right side, but Neibauer's going nowhere. He's back to the line of scrimmage. He executed that fake very well. The problem was it was not a fake.
Well, the running backs for Platte Valley haven't done anything tonight. The guy that's done the damage has been Hange.
Austin Acosta was the first Beat Digger in on the tackle. They'll give him a gain of 1 to the 30. I don't know if Platte Valley wants to use their timeout, Dave. They're taking their time here in the huddle. I mean, when you're down 19, you're back at your own 30-yard line. I mean, they don't receive the second half kickoff, but you don't want it to be a blowout by halftime. Some might consider it a blowout already. Clock running, 1:37 to go in the opening half. Second down and 9 for the 30. Shotgun for Hange. Back to throw. Setting. He's going to take off with the football. Now stop. He's still behind the line of scrimmage. Takes off again with a football, and he's out of bounds, crossing the 30 to the 33. Joe Rosenbrock was able to ride him out of bounds. The coverage in the secondary was outstanding considering all the time Hange had. He only picked up 3 yards.
You bet. He ended up trying to pump fake right there at the very end, but that didn't fool Seawall. Seawall just kept coming and stayed on him.
Your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard is Ackley Building Center at 1402 Mill Street at Brush. Ackley Building Center. Third down and 6. Platte Valley with a football at their own 33 along the left side of the field. 2 receivers split each way. One setback is more, and it looked like Kyle Hefner was well across the line of scrimmage. He got a little eager. It will not be a first down. And he anticipated the snap count. Unfortunately, that doesn't work. Oh, and that's third and less than a yard. Maybe that changes the Platte Valley play call. As the clock is stopped, since Hange did go out of bounds in the previous play. Third and less than a yard for the 38, but he's back to throw, rolling, throwing up the right side. Man is wide open, incomplete. At the 40-yard line of Brush, C.J. Kukas was the closest Beat Digger. But I tell you, the coverage was not that good there for the Beat Diggers. It was Adam Bethel who was wide open along the right sideline. The ball was just incomplete. And what does Platte Valley do here? I mean, fourth and about a foot to go from their own 38-yard line, and that's a smart thing. They're going to punt because that Beat Digger run defense has been solid all night, and Josh Martinez is out to punt. Joe Rosenbrock, the deep man. And at 22 to go before the break. The Beat Diggers have one timeout and time on their side, and he punts that towards the sideline much better. Bounces at the 38-yard line. Rosenbrock lets it go, and it's down at around the 29, maybe the 28-yard line, so much better job. And that punt went for 33 yards. With 1:13 to go, do the Beat Diggers go to the air? Maybe thinking that they've got a shot here to score before the break.
You know, they may not need to, as Platte Valley's probably thinking they're going to go to the air, but that running game is just so solid. You know, even the fullbacks, so quick up the middle, those guys can get up the field in a hurry. Brush might be able to just run some draws and get as far down the field as they need to.
Well, they're going to need first downs quite a bit here because the clock is not going to stop unless they call a timeout or get a first down. Seawald is the lone setback. First and 10 for the 29. Garcia's going to hand it off the seawall up the middle, runs into a blocker still at his feet, across the 35 to around the 38, short of a first down, but he's picked up nearly 10 on the play. Let's see, looks like they'll give him, he's right there at the stick. 1:06 to go, and now they stop the clock a little bit late. We'll call that a gain of 10. Even if he's short, he's going to be short by certainly less than a foot. Isn't that the story of the night, that even when the Beat Diggers stumble on a play offensively, you run into your own blocker, which tells you that you're clearing the space out pretty well.
Yeah, and again, Platte Valley was blitzing like crazy. They really didn't have a free safety back there, and Seawald broke a tackle right up there at the line of scrimmage and then just ran right by most of the Bronco defenders.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Greg Mullen is there. Let Greg Mullen work with you to get the discounts you desire and the coverage you need. The outstanding State Farm agent, Greg Mullen in Brush. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers. It is a first down at their own 39-yard line, but they've got to get up to the line of scrimmage, knowing they only have one timeout, and if they want to score, even though it'd be nice to set up for a field goal, because the wind is at Jesus' back. Weiser's the lone setback. Trips to the left. Clock is running. Now we're at a minute to go. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at their own 39-yard line. Garcia back to throw. Lost it up the right side. Kukas is out there. He's got it along the sideline at the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, C.J. Kukas. 61 yards, and the Beat Diggers again. Rush 33, Platte Valley 8.
Well, the passing game hasn't been absent tonight. Diggers are 3 for 5, 104 yards. Hanson's got 33 yards. Kukas with that 61-yard pass. All Garcia did, took the snap, 5-step drop, threw it up in the air. Kukas ran right by the corner. He had about 2 steps on him. The ball landed right in his hands.
Dave, I'm stunned it was that easy, because it was. And we have some movement, I think, along the Beat Digger offensive line. He had a couple of steps on the defender. Kukas caught it at around the 30-yard line, 25 to 30, and he was gone. And it is a legal procedure against Brush. This might actually be a good thing. You want to test Jesus here. Remember, he hit a big field goal against Florence in the opening round of the playoffs.
Yep, you're right. He needs to kick it from here. The Diggers are taking a long time on the snap, though, because they're trying to get the Platte Valley defense to settle back and not get a jump on it to block the kick.
This will be about a 24-yard extra point. It's down. That kick is up. It's low, and it is good. 50 seconds to go in the opening half. Brush 34, Platte Valley 8 on 1010 KSLR and KSLR.com. 2 plays for the Beat Diggers. 2 plays, 71 yards. The last one was a 61-yard pass from Garcia to Kukas along the right sideline. And the extra point was good, 34-8 Brush over Platte Valley. And we'll have all the video clips up there on Sports on Brush videos. This one is squibbed, and it's picked up at the 25-yard line and falling down at the 27, and there's a late hit by the Beat Diggers, as that'll place the football at around the 41 or 42-yard line, picked up by Cameron Maxey. But it looked like might have been Pablo Gil got a little bit over anxious. I think he was just trying to touch the man with a football, and he got a little bit too much in the contact. So Platte Valley is going to have excellent field position with 47 seconds to go and all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to think Pablo went in there and was unsportsmanlike or anything like that at home. He just kind of slid in there on his knees and put both his hands on his back. I guess that's what happens when you watch pro football a lot. You think you got to down the guy.
Well, you don't have to. No, it wasn't dirty. It was just a little bit over-aggressive, and that's just what happens sometimes. 1st and 10 for Platte Valley at their own 42-yard line. Trailing by 26, shotgun for Haynes. Back to throw. Over the middle, that pass is going to be incomplete. Oh, there's a flag. That's going to be interference of the Beat Diggers. Jake Morrow got there a little bit too early at the 38-yard line of Brush, as the pass was intended for Jordan Dunn, and 2 flags went flying, and now the Beat Diggers on consecutive plays have committed 15-yard penalties.
Yeah, 2 penalties really hurt them after such a clean half. But, the coverage, at least we had coverage there. I'll tell you what, I hate to say anything bad, because I remember, Ray, it did seem like we had anybody around the receiver.
The coverage was outstanding, but the timing was a little bit off. The Platte Valley is the football at the Beat Digger 43. Now they're thinking end zone. with 42 and a half seconds to go before the break and all three timeouts. Trips to the right. The lone setback is Moore. Haynes is back to throw. No pressure. Throws it right side wide open. Caught by Caleb Arnold. And he's tackled by C.J. Kukas now before he gets a first down inside the 35 to around maybe the, 32-yard line. Let's see exactly where they spotted that. So that'll be a gain of 11. Bee Diggers don't want to give up a touchdown here. I mean, they're up by 26, but you've scored 34 unanswered points. And I say that because they've given away 30 yards, and Platte Valley might have been content to sit on the football, but now they're thinking that they can score before halftime. Trips to the left, 1st and 10 for the Bee Digger 32. One receiver to the right. Haynes is back to throw, looking left, pressure coming. He runs out of it, wants to throw on the run. He'll run towards the sideline, and he's out of bounds as he's ridden out of bounds by Eric Garcia. And around maybe the 30. It'll be a short pickup of 2. 2nd down and 8 to go. 29.1 seconds to go. So safe to say that any play that stops in between the sidelines, there'll be a timeout called by Platte Valley because they've got all three. They might as well use them. 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left, 2nd and 8 from the Bee Digger 30. Again, Adam Haynes in a shotgun. Is going to roll to his right. Pressure's coming. He is going to be thrown down back at the 47. Kyle Hefner sacked him. That is a monumental loss of 16 yards, and Platte Valley calls a timeout with 20.8 seconds to go. That was a major rush put on by the Bee Diggers. Haynes had nowhere to run.
You know, it was like the Diggers had so much pressure there. They hadn't had that pressure before. It was one of those things where you're thinking that offensive line maybe was letting them go, like maybe they were going to run a screen or something. But the pressure came so fast that even if it was a screen, there's no way that Haynes was going to be able to get the pass off.
CNC Auto Parts at 1305 Edison Street in Brush is your local Napa Auto Parts store. That's CNC Auto Parts. All right, so now Platte Valley, they've got major trouble here. They're at the Bee Digger 46-yard line, but it's going to be 3rd down and 24. They got to get to the Bee Digger 22. They might have the 2 timeouts, but unless the Bee Diggers collapse on defense, and I mean in a negative way, Platte Valley's best shot is going to be either a Hail Mary or an attempted field goal if they can pick up some yardage, but they're also kicking against the wind. Trips to the right, and there was movement by the Bee Diggers on the left side. 2 Bee Diggers moved in Hefner and Hansen, and that's the one bugaboo, I guess, in this half if you're looking for negatives for Brush, which there are very few. Oh, they're going to call it on Platte Valley. My mistake.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I thought that was against us, but you know, that's going to happen because we don't blitz that often, and you can tell there was a trick going on there by that Bee Digger defense because those 2 guys were rearing to go.
Yeah, penalties, the only bugaboo in this drive. Now it's 3rd and 29. Looks like they're setting up a screen over the middle. It's caught by Farrenbrook, and he gets around Seawald, still on his feet, along the right sideline, and he's down at around the 30-yard line. Platte Valley's going to have to call a timeout. That's a big gainer, and a touchdown-saving tackle over there by, I believe, Vince Albo made that tackle. If not, I mean, he was off to the races. And that ball's actually placed, just inside the 30. It's a gain of 21. 4th down with 8.6 seconds to go. It'll be 4th and around 7. Platte Valley calls their 2nd timeout. But that was scary because if Albo doesn't make that play, and I believe it was Albo from this vantage point who made it, that would have been a cheap touchdown from, 51 yards away for Platte Valley.
Yep, but that's going to be a good learning tool for that Digger defensive line. They've got to recognize that screen look. Same kind of thing happened to play before where they just kind of turned them loose. And somebody's got to stay home and watch for that receiver.
4th and 7 to go for the 29. Shotgun for Haynes. Pressure coming up the middle. He's going to take off with the football towards the sideline. He's got a first down. He's still on his feet, and now he's going to be tackled by C.J. Kukas. The clock is stopped with 2.1 seconds to go. Platte Valley's going to have to call a timeout and set up maybe a throw into the end zone. And the pickup is going to be 11 yards in the play for Adam Haynes. That will be their final timeout. And all the Bee Diggers have to do on defense is make one play. And they'll retain a 26-point lead going into the locker room. What a first half for the Brush offense.
Well, that's for sure. And the defense. The defense has done a pretty good job. We've had a hard time stopping the pass. In the past, Platte Valley comes out, they throw the ball 10 times. They only have 69 yards to show for it, which is quite a bit of yards passing for a high school football team, but a lot less than we've had thrown against these last few games.
Yeah, without a doubt. 1st and 10 for Platte Valley. This is the final play of the half at the Bead Digger 18-yard line. 2 receivers split each side. Ainge in a shotgun. Sets up a screen. Over the middle, drop by Farrenbrook, and that's the end of the opening half. With the score, Brush 34, Platte Valley 8. You're listening to 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.